when we made a decision to start doing more video, right? The podcast did tremendously well and we had a lot of downloads, but something inherently changed when we started doing video, whether that was short videos for Instagram or Facebook or what have you. But all of a sudden, people just were reaching out, like they were making a connection with me like they hadn't done so before. I'm like, I've done 150 episodes. Where have you been like until now? But people just make a different connection, not dissimilar to what you're saying. Now, let me ask you this though. I have been in situations where it presents maybe a little bit of an unnecessary, I'm trying to think of the right word, but for lack of a better term, pressure. And what do I mean by that is that when let's say I'm texting and I text you, Ethan, and I say, hey man, what's going on? And you send me a voice note in response, right? This is going to go back into what you said, like timely manner by which you send video, not just sending video all the time. You send back an audio note. Sometimes I will feel an internal conflict to respond. Like, it's like a question of, okay, are we switching? Like, am I doing audio now? Am I doing a voice note too? Or am I going to text you back? It almost feels like there's some friction. There's some discomfort there around me texting back. Like I am not meeting you at that level of expectation that you now have implied that you expect out of me. Have you seen that happen with video, where if you send a video intro, that people feel a bit of an internal conflict about what they send back and reciprocate?
Yeah, I can't say that I've heard that reported back. Typically, it's more often things like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen that before. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you took the time to do that for me. I haven't heard that. That doesn't mean that people don't feel that, but I think,
Law of reciprocity
I love the nuance, by the way. I love the way you broke that down because I've experienced the same thing myself.
Right? It's so uncomfortable.
Is it okay if I just go ahead and type it back? Because that's what I want to do. Or don't make me Bitmoji you. And so, because I can capture that in one image. And so, the interesting thing there is that we all text regularly. Whereas this is still, as many years as we've been at it and as many competitors have come into the space since then, this is still so early that some of these norms haven't been set yet. One thing we do is that in most environments, when someone is watching your video, there is a reply with video button so they can reply back to you with video, even though they're not a BombBomb customer. So that video comes back to you through your own BombBomb account. By the way, it's a great way to collect customer success stories and customer testimonials. Because it just loads straight into your BombBomb account. Hey, just hit that reply with video button down below and tell me the experience of what it was like to work with me and my team, right? So, I don't think that from a cultural standpoint, from a normative standpoint, I don't think we've reached the point where people are in their own heads. We're still super interesting. And I want to double back on your observation about moving to video more generally, like when you started doing social media videos and stuff. We will get to that point, I hope, if my vision for this is realized, and it will become that normal and we will see it more often, and it'll break out of this novelty phase. But for folks who are listening that think this is a compelling idea, this is a great time to experiment, learn, and grow, because if there are as many people coming behind you starting today, people coming behind you over the next 36 to 48 months, as I would hope and expect, because it makes so much sense, you're going to be in a much better position because you will be more familiar with the tools and technology. You'll be more comfortable with yourself. I'm sure this shot that I'm looking at right now, Chris, is not the exact same shot as when you started recording your interviews. You've probably made some tweaks to it.
No. Yeah.
What's that?
I said, absolutely not.
Right.
It has made several iterations and
correct. And so that's the journey that you're on. So how do I get in and out of my videos more effectively? What do I do? So for example, one of the things we do is take the first 3 seconds of your video and automatically loop it as a little GIF. So it looks more like a video and it says, play 47-second video on it. Right. And so there are things you can do in the first 3 seconds. And so you just all these little nuances to become more comfortable and more effective. You have this head start on everybody else because, again, I think because this is better communication and better human connection, because this is supported by all the technology that we have available, because it does save time, because it does help people say yes, right? You're helping people say yes. You're not making people say yes by using this different medium and using mind trickery and all these other things. Maybe there's some of that in play, but it's not magic. It's just you being you and getting more people to feel connected and compelled by your message and by who you are and the opportunity that you're presenting. And so I think there are millions of people coming behind you. And so if you start today, you're in an advantaged position. And the last thing is this idea, because, you know, a lot of people might look at someone, like people that listen to the podcast might go, you know, watch the video and say, gosh, that guy's just really got it going on. You've been at this for years. It's practice. You know, some people might receive you as a celebrity of sorts, but it's a really interesting dynamic that we're in right now where anyone can have some of the trappings of celebrity, but celebrity comes with all this baggage. The word does, right? This isn't about being someone besides yourself. This isn't about acting. This isn't about hiring makeup artists before you do an interview with me. This isn't about, like, you know, any of this nonsense. This is about you being you as yourself and being accepted and celebrated for who you are, for the value you can provide, for the stories that you can tell, for the questions that you can ask, for being yourself. And it's just, this era that we're in is so liberating if you can just get out of your own head and stop feeling like, I'm not good enough, I don't know what to say, that's for other people, it's not for me. Like, this is it's the opportunity. Like, I'm just obviously super compelled about this. And it's like, I wish more people could be comfortable in their own skins, because we'd be so much happier as a population.
All right. Did you like that clip? Remember, that's not the full interview. And you can watch the rest of that discussion right above my head. You can click right on the screen. Go ahead and start that now. But before you go, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this. See you inside.